I just finished watching the footage of Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann, the police body cam footage that was released by Radar Online, and let's talk about it.
Hey, police!
Hi.
Come here, Mr. Biermann. Biermann,
Yes.
come talk to me. What's going on?
It's just a bunch of nonsense.
All right, come talk to me. Ma'am, stay right there. What's going on tonight?
We're just having an argument
About what?
about our fucking life.
Okay, what happened?
It's our life. It's destroyed.
Okay, what started the argument?
Her inability to fucking solve problems.
Okay,
Or
come
address
over
them or
here.
do anything.
Come over here.
Why?
Because I want to talk to you away from her. I don't want her to start screaming at you and have a whole argument.
It's nothing but an act. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
What is?
Everything she does.
Okay, what did she do tonight?
Everything, dude. I can't. I'm not going to do this because this right here does nothing but fuel her bullshit. I'm not doing this. This is narcissistic behavior. I'm not doing this.
I'm just trying to figure out what the
There's
argument.
nothing to do. You shouldn't even be here. Who called you?
Your kids.
Who? What kid?
You have kids? I don't know. Whoever's in the house.
We've been outside this whole time.
What was the argument about?
Our life. Our life.
Okay,
And it's
so
fucking destroyed.
Why is it getting so heated?
Because our life is destroyed. What don't you understand? There's no money. There's no house. We're getting divorced one day and we're not the next.
Okay.
She's fucking other men. What do you want?
Just calm down.
Calm down, but I don't have a fucking life.
I'm going to say this. I don't try to make everything about race, but as a woman of color, a trans woman of color, like, it's hard not to see things through a racial lens if you live in America, right? So the first thing for me that stood out in this video is, why are Kim and Kroy planning for a divorce when they should technically be preparing for a funeral, right? Because if Kroy had been a black man behaving this way, oh baby, I guarantee you, eyes would have been swollen shut, he would have been tased, and there's a high probability that he would have been unalive. Acting that irrationally, that erratic, it would have went a completely different direction. So that's one of the things that I want to say.
I don't have somebody who won't fucking listen to me.
Calm down.
Oh, calm down. You want to live this motherfucker?
Look,
you wouldn't have lasted
calm
for
down.
a year. You wouldn't have lasted a day in this fucking house.
What's going on, Mr. Biermann?
I just, he's just been screaming at me for 2 hours, like a crazy person.
Okay. What was the argument? Why were y'all arguing?
Because I just said,
Why is he
I just
screaming?
want to get a divorce, I just want this to be over. He wouldn't let me leave this morning. The gate, is broke or whatever, so you have to, manually open it. He jumped in front of my car. I have all these videos, he's blocking me from leaving. And he just started yelling. I said, Kroy, I have a phone call at 5:30. I can't do this right now. I'm sorry, my nose is running.
It's fine.
And then I left. I finally got out of the gate, and I was walking in my robe down the street. And I was, yelling for help to my neighbors, please, somebody help me. He's screaming in my ear, grabbing my robe, the back hoodie of my robe. And I mentally, and physically, emotionally cannot take this any longer. My kids, he's get out of the house. If I go walk in, he kicks the kids out. And then if I come outside, he's get inside the house. My son's Mom, please take me to my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad said, no, you're not going anywhere. And so he's crying right now. It's just too much. He's fucking mentally ill, for real. For real.
Are you hurt in any way?
No, I just in my ear, just screaming like a crazy person for hours.
So around 11 a.m.
What is he doing?
He's talking to an officer.
Oh, he's yelling something.
I'm around the corner in the driveway. Stay right there.
Also, I kept reading the comments, and it seems like, 90% or more are siding with Kroy in this situation. Which, after watching this video, first of all, for me, I can't watch a clip or hear information and automatically feel like I know what's happening in people's relationship. And that's what happens in the social media world, right? People get a glimpse and think that they know the total picture. I don't know, but in the video, you hear him say at one point, you try being in a relationship with someone that, won't listen to you. And I thought that was a very profound statement, right? Like, that won't listen to you. I don't know if you knew this or not, but you married a grown woman. And as a grown woman, you are entitled to think and do as you please, even if you are married. Now, there are consequences for those choices and actions that you may make, but you're entitled to do so. And so it sounds to me that made me think, I bet it made me feel, and again, I can't guarantee this because I don't live in that relationship on a day-to-day basis, but just based on that little bit, it made me start to think, I wonder if he's super, super controlling, and that's part of the problem. And maybe part of the problem is he's trying to control someone that is uncontrollable. And if you are in a relationship with someone that you deem uncontrollable or out of control or reckless, then that's what they invented doors for, okay? Just like you walk in it, you walk out of it. So anyhow, as I was saying, it seemed like the majority of the people were actually siding with Kroy, which I don't get because, see, Kroy is in a very unique situation, and let me explain this to you. Most of us, when we get involved with a relationship, we don't have the luxury of being able to go back and watch past seasons of the person that we're in a relationship with, of watching their behavior, right? I believe when Kroy met Kim, I don't know if it was season 2, 3, 4, 5, but she had been on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for a couple of seasons, enough so you can get some sort of inclination in terms of who she was. We knew about Big Papa for sure. We knew that she was pretty shallow, pretty vain, pretty superficial. We knew that she couldn't sing. Like, we knew a lot about Kim, right, when she met Kroy. And so if Kroy didn't do the research, I'm sure that his mom, his sister, his teammates, his coach, all of these other people who were around him, I'm sure that they probably did their due diligence and said, hey, buddy, are you sure about this one? And Kroy said, I sure am. And he walked down the aisle with it. He said, until death or financial destitution do us part. And so here we are. And, it's really interesting because, a lot of people don't know this, but most relationships end over financial issues, right? Finances, whew, they will do a number on that relationship. If you are a spender and you get involved with a saver, the two of you are going to be butting heads. But anyway, Kroy had all of this information, and he chose not to use it. Now here he is, falling out, screaming, yelling to the top of his lungs, acting like a crazy person in front of the police because you got what you got. So no, I don't feel sorry for Kroy. I don't feel sorry for Kim. I feel sorry for the kids. I can't imagine what they are going through having to grow up in this environment. But this just goes to prove, right, that all that glitters is not gold. And I know in this day and age of social media, everyone is always talking about couple goals and, wanting to aspire to be someone other than yourself. Because by all accounts, on the outside looking in, Kim and Kroy had won. They were married. They had a beautiful home. They had cars on top of cars. They had kids. Kroy not only married Kim, but gave rings to both of her daughters that she had prior to meeting him and married them too. And I believe adopted Brielle. And I can't think of the other girl's name, but he adopted them. So it looked like it was going to be a fairy tale ending. It wasn't, boo. And we see that on this body cam footage. So at the end of the day, it's time for them to go their separate ways because stuff like this only gets worse, right? He's talking about her being, intimate with other men. And I don't know if he's been physically violent towards Kim, but I will say that based on his behavior, A, it wouldn't surprise me if he had been. And B, if he hasn't been, he is definitely on his way, okay? Because when you start not being able to control a person through your words, the next progression is to control them physically. He's blocking her, won't let her leave, and according to Kim, according to the police camera footage, it's time to go. It's time to go, and that's for the sake of his freedom, her life, both of their sanity, and for the betterment of the kids, because these poor kids.
No, she's here.
Sir, I did not give you authorization to be in my home.
You're going to get put, Kroy, listen to me very
I
clearly.
did not give you authorization. I know my rights.
Stop talking.
I know my rights.
Okay, then stop talking if you know your rights. I'm going to tell you your rights. I'm going to inform you of your rights. We're here for a lawful reason. To investigate a domestic violence situation.
Right, where the person is
Your
outside.
kids are the ones that called. I need to talk to
Then
them.
I can bring them outside, but you do not have the authority to be in my home.
You're going to go stand outside
You
with
do
them.
not have the authority to be in my home.
You're going to go with them. All right, come on, bro.
I was not clear what was going on. Now I am. Come on, let's go. We're gonna need stuff outside.
No, I'm not going to leave him with my children.
Okay. Well, my officers, and they got body cams on.
No.
They'll be fine.
No.
So.
Anyway, comment below. Let me know what you think. Who are you, Team Kroy? Are you Team Kim? Are you Team Mind My Own Business, which is what team I'm on? I don't really care either way, to be completely honest with you. Like, if you guys want to stay together and tear each other up, as far as I'm concerned, two toxic people deserve each other. We don't need you separating from each other and going and ruining 2 more lives out here. So anyhow, you guys, that is it for today's video. I will see you in the next comment below. Bye.